We are so glad that we get to do this
Yes,
today.
we are.
You know, Jackie is almost officially a New Yorker.
I know.
I am so proud of
Thank
you
you.
doing that.
Very
That's going to be
exciting.
so fun for both of us.
Hey, we could really just, keep going now and go right into the show.
We could. We could really do that.
We love that. It's just authentic, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, just for the camera, for the viewers, we know that Jackie has been looking and looking and looking because she wanted to be a New Yorker. And here she is today. She got the good news that the place that she had chosen was acceptable.
Isn't that great? And you know what? It's so funny because I want to just give a shout out to Linda Franklin from The Real Cougar Woman, because we were talking about maybe 2 months ago in New York or whenever it was, and I told her that I was moving to New York, and she said, I know you're going to do it because you always do everything you say you're going to do, and now I've done it.
You know, and that's a good recognition of who you are. To live in your word, do what you say you're going to do, and what is it?
Make it happen,
Yeah.
you just
mean what
do
you
it.
say. Yeah.
Mean
Say
what
it.
you say and say what you mean.
Yep, yeah, that's a good thing to do, to learn, to live by. So today we have a show with Kathy Wright, CEO, not just anybody, but a CEO of a very old, established company. And this company has been very successful, I believe. And I want to get the background of Kathy's company when she's on the air with us today,
Yes.
although I kind of know it.
It has a fascinating history. And by the way,
Yes.
I want to mention that in the very, very old times of Hollywood, the starlets would have Frownies. Oh, we didn't, I kind of tipped our hand because I
That's
said
okay.
but it's a company, Frownies, and the starlets would have Frownies sent to their hotel rooms. They
That
just
is
love
so
them
good.
that much,
Yes.
and they work. 'Cause
Yes.
I've used them, and I've talked about them quite a lot and written about them a lot and used them.
Yeah.
I don't frown, but I have used them on other parts of my face because now they're not just for the frown lines.
Yeah. Well, good morning, Jackie. My name is Cynthia Rowland,
And I'm Jackie Silver.
and together we are the Ageless Sisters. What a day already. Here it is. Oh gosh, I just flubbed my first line. How about that?
It's okay. It's because we're so excited about our special guest today.
Oh my gosh, this is such a coup for us to have Kathy Wright with us, because she is the CEO of a very recognizable company called Frownies. And Jackie is the one who told me more about her, and I said, oh my goodness, we have to have her on the show.
Yes.
So how long did you talk to her? How long has it been since you've kind of known about her?
Well, I've known about Frownies for at least, I don't know, my whole life, because my friend who you met that I grew up with, my little friend Marin,
Yes.
her mother used to use Frownies. And so I've known about them since I was a little girl. And I love everything that's cute, and I think the name Frownies is so cute. Luckily for me, I don't make that frowny face, but Frownies has the patches for other parts of the face as well, and they just really complement everything we do that's natural, so that's why I love them so much.
Well, I hope that when we have Kathy on the air today that she will give us the history of her company, because I think it's wonderfully fascinating. And we can also talk about her new book, which is called Your Health in Your Hands. And I sat down, and just in a twinkling of an eye, I was on page 77. It's a very fast read, and the information is compelling. And I even stuck a little sticky note here to talk about the 5 antioxidants that act as the fire extinguishers for our bodies. And that is very important because so many people suffer from inflammation.
We just talked about that yesterday.
Yes, we did. We certainly did.
So should we introduce Kathy?
Let's introduce her. Go ahead. I'll give you the privilege.
Well, Kathy, we are so excited and happy to have you here. She's the CEO of Frownies, and in case our listeners don't know what Frownies are, they are patches that you wear while you're sleeping, and they're like yoga or Pilates for your face. And I love that line, Kathy, and welcome to our show. And let's hear more about you and your company and your book and all your new products.
Oh, Kathy, blessings to you, and we'll talk to you later on. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, bye.
What a wonderful
her.
gal. Oh my goodness. You just want to kind of squeeze her because
Yes, she's
she knows, yes, she's awesome. She has some great information, and she's so willing to share it with all of us. And so her book, I'm just going to hold it up, and it's called Your Health in Your Hands. and you can go to Amazon.com. You can
Frownies.com.
Frownies.com. That's right. And it's such a great read. And I'm on page 77 right now, so I'm looking forward to reading about pasteurized milk.
Lucky sevens.
Yeah, lucky sevens. That's exactly right.
Well, you know, getting back to talking about Frownies and stuff, I wanted to mention how the Frownies, what they do, because I have a lot of experience with Frownies, is that they retrain the muscles of your face. They don't just stick on your skin. They retrain while you're sleeping the muscles of your face. And that just goes so beautifully with facial magic. And the reason I bring that up is, okay, I'm your biggest stalker of facial magic, but also because yesterday, I wanted to tell a little story about what happened yesterday. Every morning we walk. We walk like 2 to 3 miles, 10,000 steps or whatever. But we walk every morning and we see all these wonderful people who are getting healthy and walking and getting fresh oxygen every morning. And there's Melanie and Rose, who we see almost every morning, and they always say, oh, come join us for coffee. And we always say, oh, yes. And then we haven't done it. And you know, we are people of our words. So finally yesterday, we went and had coffee with them. Yeah. And I was sitting and chatting with Rose, and I had no makeup on. I had just rolled out of bed. I don't think I even brushed my hair yesterday before our walk, because I figured the wind's going to get it anyway. And Rose just kept saying, I love your face, your skin. But this was my favorite. I love your this. And she made this swooping motion of the upness of my cheeks. And that is 100% due to facial magic, facial exercise. That's right. So it was just such a huge compliment, because she doesn't know that we do facial magic. They didn't know anything about us. I had to regale them with the fact that they were sitting with the famous Cynthia Rowland, world famous creator of facial magic and the Luscious Lips lip pump. But yeah, that was just a huge, just random comment.
Well, you know, everywhere we go, especially when we're interacting with other women, they are always wanting to know the latest and greatest from us. Because we're anti-aging experts, we are beauty experts, we know lots of people in this industry, and so people want to know. But it comes back to a very basic concept of good health, and that is exercise. Because like Jackie has said in her book and many times on TV and in other interviews.
Let me say it.
Okay.
Exercise is the fountain of youth. It is. And not just for your body, but for your face also.
Yes. And so when women engage us and begin to talk with us, we always have the opportunity to usually show them at least the upper eye exercise, because so many women look in the mirror and they see that tiredness developing around their eyes, and they see crinkling on their eyelids, and it's just a direct result of that forehead muscle elongating and pushing down into this round circle called the orbicularis oculi. And so it's our pleasure that to hear these comments from you and to help other women know that they can save their face without doing anything that's harmful or that would mutilate their beautiful faces.
And you know, it really just kind of galls me. You know, I get very opinionated at times.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
It galls me when, okay, you showed me a video of yours that when Cynthia's always on TV. We both are, actually. But she showed me a video of hers where it was a newscast. And so then they brought in this expert doctor. And he started saying these crazy things about that facial magic might not be good for you, or some, right? He was saying some crazy...
There's no evidence that it would work for
there's
you.
No evidence.
But yet they have on screen my face with no wrinkles, as tight as a drum. It looks juicy and plump and wonderful looking. And so these doctors are saying that, which is kind of funny because, you know, they're not trained in facial exercise when they're in med school. They probably don't even know that there are 55 muscles in the face because they're so busy learning other things.
Right. It's not their fault. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
But we're here to let them know that facial exercises, specifically facial magic, because that is the one that works. It works. Okay, I'm 51. I still get asked for ID to buy wine. Cynthia got asked for ID to buy a lighter.
Yes, I did. I was going to buy a lighter for my house, and they wanted to card me because they wanted to make sure I was over 30 years of age.